In a world overwhelmed by desire, where self-restraint often fades and passion tends to reign, the Stoic stands firm, seeking clarity amid the chaos. Strength and virtue are not mere power or physical might, but the essence of the true Stoic path. Our journey, then, is one of personal transformation, starting within and using our own example to guide others. Through the wisdom of the Stoic sages and the unwavering flame of inner resolve, we examine the weaknesses within us all, not to condemn, but to understand and transcend. Stoic sages and the unyielding flame of inner resolve, we dissect the weaknesses found in us all not to disparage but to know and transcend, for the Stoic mind does not point outward and say, "You it tasks, how can we rise above? Let us walk together." Through these 10 barriers with the wisdom of the ancients as our guide, the pursuit of vanity 1, the pursuit of vanity. The first, weakness is vanity, a hollow chase for admiration, an illusion. Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. We must abandon the desire to be seen as beautiful, to seek worth in superficial praise. The Stoic is indifferent to opinion, fixated instead on virtue, on the inner self that endures beyond beauty or age, too, fearing loss of control, fear of loss, fear of the unknown. These bind us, but as Marcus Aurelius writes, the impediment to action advances action. Attachment to material wealth. What stands in the way becomes the way, The first barrier to overcome is vanity, the futile pursuit of admiration and superficial validation. As Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The Stoic abandons the desire for external approval and turns inward, cultivating virtue. True worth is not found in fleeting beauty or praise, but in the lasting strength of one's character. Stoic embraces what is beyond their grasp, transforming fear into freedom. By accepting it, to know life is transient, is to reclaim our peace. 3, attachment to material wealth. Material wealth is a fleeting possession, neither friend nor foe. The Stoics understood that possessions serve us, not the other way around. Seneca speaks directly, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor when wealth." Material wealth is but a temporary possession, neither a friend nor an enemy. Seneca reminds us, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When we measure our worth by what we own, we become vulnerable. The Stoic chooses simplicity, understanding that true wealth is found in virtue, not possessions. Envy eats away at the heart. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When we focus on others' possessions or achievements, we imprison ourselves. The Stoic combats envy by embracing gratitude, contentment, and focusing on self-improvement, creating a fortress of peace within. Becomes our measure of value. We're weakened, vulnerable to loss. The Stoic chooses simplicity for virtue. Is wealth's only true measure, for yielding to flattery? Flattery poisons the soul, distracting us from truth. Epictetus warns, first say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do. Let us be vigilant, for genuine strength listens without need for prey. The Stoic knows who they are, and the opinion of others is but wind against stone. 5, distrust and envy. Envy corrodes from within. To envy is to imprison oneself, casting value on others, possessions on their gains. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. We guard ourselves against envy, distrust and envy by focusing inward, choosing instead the discipline of gratitude and acceptance. Envy holds no place for those who build a fortress of contentment within. 6, emotional recklessness. The Stoic does not deny emotion, yet neither do they surrender to it. To be ruled by rage or sorrow is to be led by a hand unsteady. As Seneca writes, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. we practice restraint. Knowing emotions can be felt deeply without being indulged. Self-control brings the freedom to act with purpose. 7. Resentment is a poison we drink hoping it will harm. Others Epicus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Let resentment fall like chains from our wrists. Forgiveness is not weakness but strength setting us free. Anger enslaves, but the Stoic walks resentment calmly through life storms, untouched by resentment. 8. Dependence on external validation. Validation is the enemy of authenticity. A true Stoic is self-sufficient, unmoved by applause or criticism, as Marcus Aurelius wrote it. Never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. We become whole when our worth rests on our own virtues, not the wavering opinions of others. 9. The lure of comfort. Comfort breathes stagnation. The Stoic walks a path of growth, which often means facing hardship. Epictetus, when speaking of discomfort, says difficulties are things that show a person what they are. We do not shrink from pain, for in hardship lies transformation. It is not comfort but challenge that sharpens and refines our true nature. Fear of soul. Etude to be alone. Truly alone is to confront the self. Many fear solitude, filling their lives with noise and distraction. Yet Marcus Aurelius reminds us, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. In silence we find strength. A Stoic is never truly alone, for they carry within them the tranquility of their own mind. These 10 barriers, weaknesses that gore at our strength, are not immutable. They are lessons, roads to wisdom. Our conclusion: task is not to judge these weaknesses in others, but to recognize them within ourselves, to use them as tools for growth. Every test of self-control, every sacrifice of fleeting pleasure draws us nearer to the virtue we seek. Let us walk this path not in shame nor in pride, but in the quiet confidence of those who know that the mind alone governs. Emotions are a natural part of life, but the Stoic does not surrender to them. Seneca reminds us, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The Stoic practices emotional restraint, acknowledging feelings without letting them control actions. Self-control brings the freedom to act with purpose, not impulse. Our fate, remember, the path of a Stoic is a journey of discipline, resilience, and unwavering focus on the virtues that define us. As we've uncovered these weaknesses, let us use this knowledge not to judge but to strengthen ourselves and those around us. If you found value in this exploration, remember, self-mastery isn't achieved in a single moment, but through relentless practice. Subscribe to the Stoic Verse for more insights as we walk the Stoic path together, one step at a time. Keep striving, stay true to your purpose, and let wisdom be your guiding force. These 10 barriers, vanity, fear, attachment, flattery, envy, emotional recklessness, resentment, dependence on validation, comfort, and the fear of solitude, are not immutable. They are lessons, pathways to wisdom and growth. The Stoic approach is not to judge these weaknesses in others, but to recognize them within ourselves. Every test of self-control, every sacrifice of fleeting pleasure, brings us closer to the virtue we seek. Let us walk this path not in shame or pride, but with the quiet confidence of those who understand that it is the mind alone that governs our fate. The path of the Stoic is one of discipline, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to the virtues that define us. As we confront these weaknesses, let us not use them to criticize others, but to strengthen ourselves and those around us. Remember, self-mastery is not achieved in a single moment, but through relentless practice. If you find value in this exploration, Join us on this journey. Subscribe to the Stoic Verse for more insights as we walk the Stoic path together, one step at a time. Keep striving, stay true to your purpose, and let wisdom be your guiding force.